Hey YouTube, it's All Prime 13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Planet X Acelpius. I have no idea how to pronounce it. It's a Fall of Cybertron Perceptor is what it is, and he does come back to robot mode, but I wanted to start with him in vehicle mode. I do believe this is an older figure. I got this as a reissue from TF Source, so I'm pretty sure that most people already have this figure, but I wanted to do a review on him since he's new to me. So I'm gonna take this big gun off his back, and we'll take a quick look here at the box. And as with most Planet X, it's their logo, the name, and then the figure's sort of chest down in his artwork for the box. Just the arms, and then the back. Not really much on the top and bottom. So there's that. We also get a lovely instruction sheet. I do wish they printed these a little bigger. Sometimes they can be hard to read because of how small they are, but at least they do give us physical instructions. So there's that. And we'll take a quick look here at the vehicle mode. He is some sort of Cybertronian tank, and he is a bit more heavily armed than the average Perceptor. We do have a bunch of tank wheels here, and these are all on ball joints. And this whole thing is not really the best at tabbing in. Oops, bumping the camera again. There's just like one little tab, I think, right here that's supposed to latch in, but it doesn't. And there goes the gun. And again, his gun doesn't latch on very well. It's just these two pegs plug into his crotch plate. Yeah, I'm not the most thrilled about this particular figure. I think they could have done better. But yeah, it does look nice. We do get the really big Gatling guns on the sides. They just peg in back here in these screw holes with this little post. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off so you can have them a little slimmer. And this is pretty much the primary robot here. There are a couple different ways you can attach this, but I prefer to just leave it off to the side because it looks kind of wonky. Oh, I almost forgot. We do also get a collector's card here. It's got Perceptor there on the front, and we got our tech specs on the back, and it is a pretty sturdy paperboard material, so I'm going to put it back in its fancy little sleeve now. There we go. As far as a comparison goes, here he is next to a KO MP Skids, so you can see how he stacks up. I would probably consider him around leader class. Here he is with retro gears, so he's a pretty sizable figure. And I actually did get a pretty good price on him. I think he was like 75 bucks. So I think that's pretty solid. He is kind of simple, so I don't think it's too big of a stretch. But yeah, we do also, you know, he has this cannon. You can shorten and extend that as you so choose. And like I mentioned, all the little wheels here are on ball joints. So, but there's not too much else to talk about with the vehicle mode here, so I think we'll go ahead and get him transformed into robot mode. So as you saw, we'll just take this off, and we're just going to fold that piece flat and set that to the side. Then we are going to untab the arms right here. These tabs here just go into these slots on his shins. I'm just gonna, oh, that one's already untabbed. And then we're going to come back here, and these panels here, we're going to untab them, and we can bring this down. And this post here does plug in to this blue part of his leg. So, going to bring that down. Then we can fold these feet forward, and then we do want to extend this folding armature here for the leg and bring that up. And then actually pretty sure we need to bring this panel up first. Bring this in, and it will. This little tab here is going to tab into this little bit right here, like so. Then we're going to bring this whole assembly up, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's a little post here on the wheel side of this. Actually, there's two. There's post hole and post hole. We'll tab those in. And we're going to straighten out this leg and bring it down like so. And then actually we want to bring this joint here. You can see there's a little post on this gray bit that's going to plug in here into the top of that section of the wheels, like so. And that'll lock his leg all together. Come down here. We want to separate this gray and blue like so. And we just want to bring that flat back. And then we're just going to rinse and repeat with the other side. So we're going to bring that whole armature up. We're going to tab the wheels in. Actually, we're going to bring this panel up. Get that in there. Bring this all up. Get this all tabbed together. And then now we tab this in. Straighten this out. Bring it down. Separate these feet. And just flatten them out. Like so. And that came undone. Put that back in there. And there we have the legs all done. Now we're going to come up here and we're going to straighten out his chest / back area. And we are going to bring these arms down to the side. And then we're going to bring them, rotate this around and get them oriented like so. Then we can fold down this chest piece. And we're going to open up this panel. And let's bring up the head. And this is going to tab in. There are two tabs here on his chest. They're going to go into two slots. And I'll make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. And it just isn't holding as secure as I thought it would. And then we can fold this back down to cover up that gap. And we're going to rotate his arms. So we do need to pull them down a little bit. They do slide up and down. And then we're going to just open up and being difficult, aren't you? There we go. Pull out his hands, close that back up, and there's a little tab you want to make sure to slot in like so, and bring this down. A little stiff. There we go. And tab that in. And there we have him in his robot mode. And we just take this, fold the post down, push that in, and there we have his microscope. Just plug that in on top like that. And there he is, all transformed up. And yeah, he does look pretty good, I think. If there's one thing I could definitely say for the Planet X figures, they usually look very nice. Even Though sometimes they can be a little simple or a little finicky, but they always look nice, at least in my opinion. But now we can talk about his weapons a little bit. So we do get this sniper rifle, which I don't think he really used in the game. And these are actually two pistols you can put in his hands. He can hold all of his weapons. But yeah, I like to plug him on as sort of a bipod for his sniper rifle. I know he used the sniper rifle in IDW, but I don't think they really used it in the game. And again, there's just a little post that you can put that in his hand, so you can have him armed up. Or, if you want, we'll take this out of his hand and put it back on here. We're just going to take our little sniper rifle away. You can equip these. These gray pieces do move in and out, but what you can do is if you lift this panel up, there is a handle. You can slip that into his hand if he'll cooperate. There we go. And then fold that down, and then this big thing, while it's extended, you can see there's a little tab right there. There's actually a slot on the underside of his arm that'll hook in, and now he's got a big double Gatling gun arm, and you can do it with both hands. Really, man? Anyway, we'll slip this into his hand. Yeah, for some reason this hand grips things a lot easier. And we'll fold that up, dab this into the back of his arm, and yeah, now he's got super Gatling hands for maximum firepower. Yeah, unfortunately his ankles are a bit loose, so it's kind of hard to get him to stand with these. Yeah, we'll just try and straighten them out like so. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, probably not going to use these too much just because they make him topple over. But they do. I think they look a little bit better on him in the vehicle mode. But I definitely think it's a cool option. Just it would be better if these ankles were a little stiffer. That's the real issue there. But yeah, and this is the metallic version, so he does have a lot of nice metallic finish. I did try originally plugging the handguns into these pieces on his arm, but they actually are just like lightly glued in, and it popped off, and like the clear plastic inserts in it fell out. So I don't want to do that again. Probably shouldn't have done it in the first place, but and yeah, this plastic piece in his chest also fell off once too. So that's a bit of a bummer. But we do get lots of little plastic inserts here in the back for his like energon glow pieces. This little knob unfortunately doesn't turn. I think it would have been cool if it did, but do get some up and down on the shoulder scope / cannon. Again, you can position these wheels however you want. It's really up to you how you set them up. As far as posability, we'll take this out of his hand now, just so we can discuss articulation. Kind of, ow, jeez, that stabbed me right in my finger. Oy. So as far, we talked about that. His head is on a ball joint. Could be a little bit tighter, but it's not super loose at least. It moves pretty easily, but it's not like wobbly, shake him and it'll bounce around loose. We do get a butterfly joint back and forth on the arms. Do get full 360. Can come up that far. Do get a bicep swivel over 90 degrees at the elbow. And we do get a full wrist rotation We do get 360 at the waist. Do get universal, I believe those are universal joints at the hip. Do get a little bit of hip swivel, but it's kind of, yeah, it's in the hip, not the thigh, so it doesn't get a complete turnaround. Do get a pretty solid bit over 90 at the knee, and it's really that it collides with this that's actually stopping it. You can see it's all the way up there. And for the feet, we do get up and down, and you can move the ankle area separately if you want, and this is on a ball joint, this little bit here, and you do get some ankle tilt as well. So that's it for his articulation. I don't think there's too much else to talk about. We'll do a couple of quick comparisons. Here he is next to Studio Series 86 Perceptor. So you can see how he stacks up against a deluxe. Man, my finger really smart. He really got me. And here he is next to a deluxe. Let's do Braun. There he is next to a mini bot. So yeah, I think he looks decent enough. Yeah, I do wish that his joints were a little more consistent, especially those ankles. The ankles being loose is definitely a problem when it comes to posability. But for the most part, I do like him, and I got him for a decent price, so I'm pretty satisfied with him overall. Don't know how much I'll really mess with this on the off time, but I'll probably pick him up here and there. But I don't think I'll become a favorite or anything. I'd probably give him like a 7 out of 10. Again, I got this recently from TF Source. They seem to, I swear TF Source just like has like a warehouse of stuff that they stick in, like sell later as like reissues. So, but either way, I don't regret buying this guy, but he's definitely not something I would like eagerly chase down. You know, if you're looking to get more War for Cybertron figures, Planet X is pretty much your only go-to, aside from a few of the Studio Series ones they got right now, but that's only like a couple characters that are readily available right now. So, but yeah, I think I've said all there really is to say, so I'll quit rambling, and this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.